Welcome again, Pisces. It's March 2020, Dadhichi here, and I'm looking at your horoscope and this incredible powerhouse of planets in your 11th house. Look at all of these. What's this 11th house all about? It's actually about your friendships, along with some other things, but I think the fact that Pisces, which is your sun sign here, and you've got the solar return occurring right now, depending on the specific day you were born in, Pisces, with Mercury retrograde here, retrograde relating to your relationships and the way you communicate to others. This Mercury is going to make a bit of a backpedal into your 12th house of reminiscences. Now, I want to talk about this because Pisces is generally, because it's a fish, there it is on the, I better get my glasses on, I can hardly see, the 5th. Pisces, the fish, swims in schools. Generally, I found Pisceans do like to mix with people, but the danger here is having too much focus, too much energy in this one area of the zodiac. So you're probably dispersing your energy. I've met people that say you can count the number of really, really good friends on one finger. I'm not saying you have to dismiss all of them, but there could be some frustrations associated with this position. And I've talked about that over the last year or so, actually, because Saturn has been making its way very, very slowly through this part of the zodiac, your zone of friendships, and has placed some inhibitions on it. And now you've got the full moon there on the 10th, taking place in this zone of relationships. You may have to bring all of that out into the open. That may happen abruptly, by the way, with the communication zone here, the 3rd house, 1, 2, 3, being occupied by Venus and Uranus. I call it the disruptor. Now, it's interesting because these blue lines show that there's some good energy going on between what suddenly happens with your friends and the communications that can take place. You know, sometimes the seed of good things in life is the disaster that occurs. It's the worst things in life that happen to you that become the catalyst for good things happening. So could I put it to you that this month, and I'm focusing a fair bit on this, your friendships, which may be in some sort of problem, could break free of that. Now, it so happens that the planet of communication, along with this transit of Venus and Uranus, are all happening around the same time. There's a few significant transits this month. You see the direct Mercury position around the 16th, moving back out of that 12th house of secrets and ruminations and reminiscences and memories, back here after its retrograde stint. And so that shows us your capacity and yours and your friends' amenability to maybe communicating about these sorts of things. So something may precipitate that. Something unexpected, something unusual this month can happen. And then we see also the transit of the sun, which has been with your ruler Neptune, moving into your 2nd house of finances. So the last 10, 11 days of the month are going to see more of a focus on your finances, on your work, on your profession, as given by the sun transiting here. Now, there are some authorities that say, be very, very careful of how you spend your money, or, spending it is very, very important. Do you see here the transit of Saturn on or about the same date as the transit of the sun into the 12th house? Hooray, you say, for the first time in 2.5 years, that energy is leaving this zone of friendship, which can sometimes inhibit the acquisition of your desired ends. But the monetary theme is here also, with the new moon taking place on this 2nd house zone. So a new leaf being turned over, some new resolutions being made, Saturn in the 12th house of expenses, working well, I think, to curb your spending habits. And if you're able to use the sun's energy to contain that, sun is not an easy planet for you. It's a friendly planet, but by the same token, it rules your 6th house of debts. So there's 2 factors here showing us that you may have overspent, but right now the trend is towards really plugging up all of those holes to work on your long-term future security. There's still some frustrations to go through as the month winds up. That's with this Mars and Saturn. That's a lead in into April. I'm not going to preempt that too strongly, except to say that on that last day or so, please be a little bit careful. It may make you accident prone. It may make you frustrated to the extent where you need to voice your opinion. You can see that by this square aspect to the moon from Mercury. Mercury is your 7th ruler. It also rules this 4th house, which happens to be the mother, your family affairs. And so therefore with the moon in this what we call hard aspect to Mercury, the communications planet, there may be some domestic issues that you've got to go through. Fortunately, the moon moves very, very quickly, and I don't see that being an obstruction to the overall satisfaction that you can have this month, as long as you're careful with your money. Join me at astrology.com.au. I've got all of the chronological transits that are going on this month for you, Pisces. I've also got the daily readings there that are a big hit with everyone. The yearly readings are important too. Sometimes people forget about taking this reading that I'm doing and putting it into the context of where everything's going in the long term. And that also precipitates sometimes the need to have a closer look at your personal horoscope, which I'm more than happy to do. Drop me a line here. Don't forget to subscribe. And of course, don't forget to come back next month when I look forward to seeing you again. Bye-bye now.